So what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dalek JD, and in today's video we are taking a look at Red Dead Redemption 2. The official gameplay video is finally here for us. If you're a fan of GTA or you've played Red Dead Redemption, this is of course absolutely nothing new to you, and this is incredibly exciting. I am a humongous fan of Red Dead Redemption as well as the Grand Theft Auto games, and this is the first look we've ever had at official gameplay. So in this video I'm going to be breaking down all the bits of information you need to know about Red Dead Redemption 2 ahead of its release on October 26th. If you like what you see, drop a like on the video as well as comment your thoughts on this down below. It's absolutely crazy. I'm going to go ahead and play the gameplay for you guys first, and then afterwards we'll be back to break it down and give you all the additional info you need. So if you've already seen this trailer and you don't want to watch it again, then just skip ahead to the timestamp you see on your screen. But let's jump straight into the Wild Wild West.
They'll probably hang you, buddy.
You coming, buddy?
In the late 1800s, America was evolving, on its way to becoming the most powerful country in the world. New immigrants arrived, thriving outposts became towns, and civilization was spreading rapidly into the huge, wild, and lawless frontier. With Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games aims to create a living world that's not simply open, but deeper.
Come on, pretty boy.
More interactive and detailed than ever.
Pretty boy? You're cute.
Combining action, storytelling,
We need to get those people warm and fed.
and gameplay in new ways. As you live, ride, and fight to survive as an outlaw in a notorious gang.
As long as we get paid or you get shot, I'm happy.
The game is an attempt to capture this pivotal moment when the age of outlaws was ending and the modern world was born. There is a huge world to explore, set across a range of America's heartland and frontier. From harsh mountain trails and dense forests to untamed swamplands and sweeping deserts, rugged livestock towns to modernizing cities and much more. All populated with a diverse cast of characters from turn-of-the-century life.
Now shoo, please. I'm waiting for someone interesting to turn up.
You play as Arthur Morgan, a trusted senior gun in the Vanderlyn gang, a band of outlaws and outcasts on the run from the pressures of civilized life.
We're gonna borrow a little money from old Uncle Sam and be out of his hair once and for all.
Each time they're forced to flee an area, the gang sets up a camp as a base. This is where gang members eat, sleep, perform chores, play games, and share stories.
Anyway, I got caught by some hill country sheriff stealing a chicken, I think it was, and he decided I was going to be hanged for it.
These are the people Arthur calls family, and you will get to know each gang member over the course of the game.
So, you save the silly bastard's life, then you and him go robbing sheep.
Helping the camp with food and supplies will keep morale high, while spending time with other gang members can reveal new secrets, fun things to do, and opportunities for mischief.
How about you and me go and redistribute some property?
In and out of camp, the world is alive and responds to the player.
Well, ain't this a rare treat?
And your guns aren't the only way to interact with the environment. Call out to a passing rider.
That's a nice horse.
Talk yourself into trouble with a local tough guy.
Clear out.
Or out of trouble with a town sheriff. Or intimidate a witness into silence, and more.
Keep your mouth shut, or you're dead, friend. You don't want to involve yourself with this.
Confrontations can be escalated or diffused.
Take it easy. Do what you want. I don't care.
You can form friendships
God, you did it.
or make enemies as you choose.
You killed my cousin, you sick son of a bitch!
Your actions have consequences, and it's up to you to decide just how honorable Arthur is.
Should I have killed you, Jimmy Brooks?
Me? Shooting and fighting have both been radically improved to make combat deep and engaging at all times. Each weapon has unique characteristics, with realistic reload and recoil that always keeps the player grounded and connected to the action in a gunfight. In a similar way, the bond with your horse is crucial and changes based on your treatment of the animal.
Hold still, girl.
Some breeds are better suited for certain tasks.
I got a fella been looking for a decent workhorse like this for a while.
Your saddle and saddlebags can store extra weapons, along with supplies and animal carcasses that you pick up while out roaming or hunting. Over time, the bond between you and your horse will grow, making them easier to control in tense situations.
Yeah, he's a great horse, aside from when the devil got him.
A rich and varied ecosystem thrives in the world, full of predators, prey, and scavengers, all smart and sometimes deadly.
You want to come with me? I'll show you how we hunt one.
Hunting helps the camp or earns you money. Wound an animal and you'll have to track them down. Animal pelts and other items you find can be traded for cash to use at general stores, gunsmiths, saloons, and elsewhere.
This is God's own country, and I feel I'm in purgatory.
This is a world that is rich in depth and detail, all designed to be explored on horseback or on foot. As you live the fateful journey of a gang of outlaws on the run across America. In the next gameplay video, we'll look at missions, activities, enemy gangs, robberies, other things to do, and much more, including the evolution of sharpshooting using the Deadeye system.
Okay, wow. I don't think I need to say it, but this game looks unbelievable. It's crazy to me that this game is actually coming out on the current generation of consoles. It looks jaw-droppingly good, and the entire thing was captured from in-game footage in 4K, which is just crazy. There's so many tiny details that are within this gameplay trailer. It's actually insane for me to point out, but Rockstar clearly have taken so much time when it comes to really incredibly minute details. Stuff when it comes to the textures and just the additional bits of attention to detail. It's incredible. This is just a gameplay trailer, but this really opens the doors onto what the actual feel of the game is going to be when we play it. Certain attention to detail with the fact that there is now a new pillar to the game where your horse isn't just a transportation option, but it's also a companion. And just like the first game, if you guys have played it, the wild horses can be tamed and ridden, but this time they behave differently depending on their breed. Some may be better suited to traversing certain terrain, while others may get spooked easier when around action, and you can build a bond with the horses by feeding them and grooming them. If they're upset, you can ease their stress and calm them too. During this trailer, you can see moments of really precise control with the horse, where you can almost do a 360 in terms of like just dragging the back of the horse's legs around before deciding where you actually want the horse to go. You can see even specific details on when the horse is slowing down and kicking up the ground, and you can see the rocks and the sort of dirt below it. It's incredible. Even when tapping your horse, you can see the dust flying off the horse. It's just incredible detail like this, which is why I'm pointing this stuff out to you, because it just is insane incredible attention to detail. There's also some great moments as well where you see gameplay of the actual sort of shooting mechanics in action, and during one section you're on your horse fighting a gang of other men on horses, and you shoot the saddle of a horse and it actually scares the horse and throws the soldier off. With this sort of detail, I can really expect fights to go in multitude of different ways. By shooting the saddle or maybe the horse's legs, it will react completely different every time. And not only are horses great for transportation, but they're pretty handy as they can carry equipment. Horses can carry saddlebags, which can be utilized to hold extra weapons, killed animals, and pretty much anything else that the main character, Arthur, isn't able to stuff into his own pockets. When it comes to gunplay as well, it looks to be very reminiscent from the first game and GTA 5. It seems like even on horseback, it is pretty easy to be able to control the gunfights that you have. And one of the absolute favorite parts of Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion, when it came to the gunplay, was the sharpshooter mode, where you'd go in slow motion, you could pick out a group of targets, and then once the slow motion ended, you just quickly kill all of them in quick succession. This is making a return, and we see it briefly towards the end here, and we also see it towards the start of the trailer. Now, it seems just like in Red Dead Redemption 1, you go through a progression or level system when it comes to this mode, where at first it's pretty useful, but you can't snap onto targets as quickly as you could at the end of the trailer. And as we see here, this transition goes from cutscene into direct gameplay within a seamless transition. It's insane, and as you can see, this is probably the very first level of the slow motion system where you can't exactly snap onto people like you can at the end of the trailer. It's a system which you have to level up and get better at, but it's still definitely slow enough for you to be able to go and aim at each player and take them out really nicely, even when you've got something like a lever action rifle, which we see here. And in the last trailer for Red Dead Redemption, before this gameplay one, we did see a sneak brief look at John Marston, who was the protagonist in Red Dead Redemption. We were all really hoping to see maybe a little glimpse of him within this gameplay trailer, but obviously his appearance in the game is going to be kept under wraps and probably a really big surprise for us when we get the game. But there is one moment within this trailer where all of the gang members are all sat together by this campfire, seemingly having a great time. And as backstory goes, John Marston found his way into the gang that we are playing in within Red Dead Redemption 2, and this is where John met his future wife, Abigail. It would be amazing if we got to learn the backstory of these two characters and see them sort of meeting and growing up together whilst in this gang. And this pan around that we see of Arthur and the rest of the gang members, perhaps one of them could actually be Abigail herself. Just some fun little speculation there, but it's pretty amazing as well how the dynamic of the camp life is really going to affect how you are within the game. If you keep the food and resources plenty, then the spirits in the camp will be high. People are going to greet you by singing and dancing and cheering, but if the food supply runs low, then they'll quickly know about it and they'll become angry and mutter about where the next meal is coming from. Since you're a senior member of the gang, you've got to look after a lot of people through hunting or buying supplies, and you'll be rewarded for doing so. But the responsibility doesn't fall entirely on you, thankfully. And there's an emphasis on the whole camp in putting their own time and effort into keeping the camp fully stocked up so that you don't spend all of your time balancing your responsibilities with having fun. There's only just a small amount of the level of choice which is going to be inside of this game. It's absolutely insane how much your choices can affect what happens throughout, and I think this is such a good thing to have in story-driven video games because it allows you to have multiple playthroughs where you can follow things a different path to how you did last time, and you can experience the game in so many different ways. Like I said at the start, there's just so much attention to detail. How you present yourself within the world will have a similar effect to how other people are going to treat you. If you travel with your gun holstered, you'll likely get a warm reaction, but if you carry it in your hands and passers-by see that, they're going to react more severely. And I think there's one shot in the trailer which really showcases just how well this could work, and it's when the character Arthur walks into a bar. If he had his gun holstered, I'm pretty sure the entire bar would go crazy, but this is an example of how many different AI can be on the screen behaving in different ways. There's just so much, it is absolutely unreal, and this is only the first of a few gameplay trailer videos which Rockstar are going to be releasing, and I think the main topic that people are wanting to see now is how is the online going to work? Is there a battle royale inside of Red Dead Redemption 2? How's Red Dead Redemption Online going to work when looking at GTA 5 and how that online mode worked as well? It's just a lot to think about and a lot to take in, but what an amazing gameplay video, guys. If you enjoyed this, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm going to be covering Red Dead Redemption 2 when it drops on October 26th here on the channel with a bunch of helpful, useful guides on the game, as well as probably a few little tidbits and secrets and Easter eggs, because these games are littered with them and I absolutely cannot wait to explore this vast, expansive land. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more coverage on Red Dead Redemption 2 prior to its release, let me know in the comments, drop a thumbs up on the video and make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on. But thank you for watching, I'll catch you next time.